my respective examiner, Dr. Si Sanhan, and my supervisor, Madam Iquizila Pang, and to all fellow audience. Hi everyone, I am Norhidayah Binti Hassan from Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology. I am taking course of Information System. Today, I would like to present about my final year project FYP1, and the title is Ferry Schedule and Waiting Time System. Here, the content in my project are introduction, literature review, requirement analysis, and the last one is expected outcome. For introduction, nowadays, the ferry can carry a large number of people or tourism, which can reduce traffic congestion. Time system play an important role in attracting tourism into the ferry system. For this reason, the ferry system need to focus on the detail of the schedule and waiting time of the user and make it easy to use. There are three problem statements, which is user need time to estimate waiting time of ferry in manually. Second, user also need time to search the schedule in manually at the ferry ports. And the last one, user cannot expect their ferry delay and the detail of the ferry. I have 4 objectives on the project. First, to determine the duration of the ferry arrival. Second, to increase the user satisfaction. Third, to estimate or measure the waiting time and reduce waiting time for user. And the last one, to track the actual time of the ferry, whether it is delayed or not. The scope of this project is system focus on the length of waiting time for users that estimate their own time for ferry arrival or delay. Second, the target user is people that using the ferry. And the third, the system that make the suitable for the target users, which is user-friendly, easy to use, and flexible. For the literature review, I have reviewed some existing systems. First, linear processing model for ferry service scheduling. Linear processing is basically the mathematical approach that used to monitor the solution optimize the limited resource, such as minimizing transportation costs and time. Linear processing also is to solve the problem of planning and scheduling, and it is also can solve the problem of shortage of stock in paper industry. LP that being used in this system is they calculate the number of the passenger from one place to another place according a few equations. Second existing system is queuing in space, design of message ferry routes in static ad-hoc network. Ferry wireless local area network is concept of ferry based on wireless local area network. Therefore, the ferry message is a mobile-based station that help to transmit the message of wireless nodes message. The expected waiting time of each station can be expected if passenger can calculate the expected waiting time in each base based on the given ferry routes. Means the system want to passenger calculate by their own the expected waiting time in each base based on the given ferry routes. Third, the existing system is determinant affecting ferry users' waiting time at ferry terminal. This system is used linear model. Linear model is linear approaches to determine the relationship between headway and waiting time. In this system, average waiting time and headway time are the relation between the non-linear processing that used to get the data. Average waiting time used to calculate the length of time interval between each departure. And the last one of existing system is measuring transit service reliable using data from web-based transit user survey at a case study at Brisbane, Australia. This system is also used linear regression, which is linear regression from the knowledge of statistics and machine learning. It is linear model also. Based on this system, it is used to predict the real time for passenger with the transit service in off-peak and peak period. The calculations that used in this article are coefficient of headway variation and headway adults loss from normal equation to obtain the relationship between one headway to another way. Next, we are going to the comparison existing system and proposed system. All the system is used web-based as their platform. For architecture or model, most of the existing system has used linear processing model, but the second existing system is used wireless model. The proposed system are decided to use the linear model and first in, first out. For calculation, I have suggested to have the calculation which is average waiting time, arrival time, departure time, and also distance of ferry travels. All systems has their own appetite and limitation based on their method and features. Therefore, some features in each system are considered to be included in the proposed system. The proposed system must adhere to the accuracy of the result to show how to determine the waiting times using some calculation in the system to have satisfaction for users. For the requirement analysis, the methodology that I have used is rapid application development. Rapid application development consists of 4 stages which include requirement planning, user design, construction, and cut-over stage. The first stage needs to define project specification and plan to resolve future issues with the planned platform, accompanied by the user design, and the approach must be presented in the interface, prototype, and the system tested. Then continued by development stage, and the last but not least is cut-over stage, which has to apply the result to the user environment. Next, software and hardware requirements. Software requirements in this project are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, MySQL, XAMPP, C++, and PHP. For hardware requirement, I only use laptop. Laptop with AMD Radeon graphic processor is more than enough to develop the proposed system. This is my use case diagram. There are 2 actors which are user and admin, whereas the ferry schedule and waiting time system as the main process. The traveler is the generalization between users. Based on the use case diagram, the admin and user can log in into the system, and the system will validate the authentication confirmation. The admin can view and update the ferry schedule and waiting time system, which are admin can update announcement, admin update ferry schedule and also can view the schedule on the system. Meanwhile, the user, which is a traveler, can check the schedule and waiting time and also can check through announcement about the ferry schedule, either it is delayed or not. Then the system also allows the user to search directly using the search button that provided in the system. The traveler also can view the schedule, but they cannot update anything in the system. Next, this is activity diagram, which is same with use case diagram. The activity diagram in this system, which is start with the choose user level, whether admin or users, which is traveler or drivers. The users must log in to access the system. The system will validate the username and password that user key in. If the user are wrongly key in, the system will going show the error and back to the login page. So user must sign in first to make the accessing to the system. It is same with the administrator flow. Besides, for the users, which is traveler or drivers, the system will show the home page for them after accessing the system. The user are allowed to check the ferry announcement and the ferry schedule. If the user done with the checking or searching, they need to log in the system. While for the admin, the system will show the dashboard page, which is the system allow admin to make a update ferry schedule, update ferry announcement, add ferry schedule and view the ferry schedule and the waiting time system. If the admin already done with their work, they must also log out the system and it is end from it. Next, this is entity relationship diagram. Entity relationship diagram is part of database design. I have 5 entities, which is user, admin, ferry schedule, ferry announcement, and add schedule. Next, data dictionary also part of the database design. The data dictionary also consists of 5 tables that include users, admin, ferry schedule, ferry announcement, and add-on schedule. This is according to the entity relationship diagram shown above. The tables in database are important for storing data from all users as well as data from ferry waiting schedule and times. First table, I have user table. The user table, it is consists 6 attributes, which are username, password, user last name, user first name, user phone number, and user email. The username as the primary key in this table. These attributes are not null. For admin table, it consists 2 attributes, which are username and password. The username also as the primary key in this table. These attributes are also not null. For ferry schedule table, it is consists 9 attributes, which are ferry ID, ferry name, depart time, depart date, arrival time, location, distance, waiting time, and the status. For the announcement table, it consists 5 attributes, which are announcement ID, ferry name, location, and status. The primary key is announce ID and ferry ID as foreign key. These attributes are not null. And the last one table as add schedule. The add schedule consists 9 attributes, which are ferry ID, ferry name, depart time, depart date, arrival time, location, distance, waiting time, and status. For expected outcome, I will present about the demo user interface. This is my user interface of Ferry schedule and waiting time system. Here, system provide the button to search that what they need. This home page, user must choose their level such as admin or user, which is traveler or drivers. If the user admin, they need to click the button admin. For users, they need to click button user and the system will show the login page. The user must log in first to access the system. If they are not have an account, they need to sign up first. For those who forget their password, they need to click the forget password that provide in this system. If the user are already done key in user name and password, they need to click sign in. Then the system will show the home page for user. In this page, I have schedule and check announcement button to easy for users. Check Ferry announcement and check Ferry schedule. For those who won't check the schedule, they need to click button schedule or they can directly search what they want. The schedule button, it shows the detail of ferry, which is ferry ID, ferry name, depart time, depart date, arrival time, location, distance, waiting time, and also status of ferry. For announcement button, the system show the announcement of ferry by first in, first out. After user done, they need to log out the system. For admin, they also need to sign in to access the system. The system will show the dashboard page. In the dashboard page, we have update schedule, update announcement, and view schedule and waiting time button. To update schedule and status, the admin must click the button update schedule and status. So the system will show ferry schedule and status and the detail of these ferries. For update announcement, admin must click the update announcement, then the system will show the update announcement, then ferry can update it, click the button update. For view schedule and waiting time, click the button view and waiting time, so the system will show the details of ferry schedule and status. For sign up page, either admin or user must sign up first if they did not have an account. They must key in the information above, then click the sign up button. The system will show that page, next page, which is sign in page. For those who was forget password, they must click the forgot button to reset the new password. After reset new password, they already can log into the system with new password. That's all for user interface. Thank you.